Hello, and welcome back. You have made a wise decision. Alright, let's get right to it. Let's discuss the details of how this works. First of all, right now I'd like to give you a general verbal overview, and then in the next slides I'll detail it through the slide presentation visually on how it all works. But right now, just for a simple verbal overview, they give you on your investment what they call ROI, return on investment, is 150%. They average about 1% a day, but they guarantee you 0.25% all the way to 2.50%. And their return, their daily ROI, will vary between 0.25 to 2.5, and it averages very consistently at 1% a day. So most of the math that I'm going to use is going to be based on a 1% ROI, return on investment. So it's going to take about 150 days to get your 150% return. Now your first 100% is your money back, and then the 50% is gains. So for example, if you invested $1,000, you're going to earn back $1,500. $1,000 of that being your money back, $500 of it being profit. So this will take approximately, at 1% a day, 150 days, about 5 months. Once you have been paid back 150% return, the position is considered expired. Now let's take a look at this visually in the next slides. Here are 4 screenshots of what the investment group shows you and reports to you on a daily basis. As you can see, they're involved with web ads, forex, commodities, and stocks. And every day they report to you your profit share, your gains. As you add these percent returns together and then divide them by 4, that gives you your percent for the day. And like I have said, they are very consistent, averaging 1% a day. The first way of doing this is very simple. Let's say that you have $1,000 to invest, and like I've said, you can do this any way you want. You can do a one-time investment of whatever amount you want. You can do monthly installments to grow your account. You can do a combination of both, reinvesting. It just doesn't matter. But for simplicity and example purposes, let's say that you took $1,000 and invested it. At 1% a day, 150 days later, you will have $1,500, and you can simply reinvest the $1,500, and then 150 days later, you will have $2,250, and then you can just continue that cycle every 150 days. But there's a better way to do it. Not that that's not great, but there's a better way. You can compound your interest. Interest is a bad word. Let's just call it gains. Now let's go over how the compounding works. So you take that same $1,000, which is going to earn you that 1% a day, equaling $10 a day. In 10 days, you will have $100. So now we have your $1,000 original investment. We also have $100 in profit share. That's the accurate terminology for this particular system. It's a profit share. So you have $100 in profit sharing that you can now reinvest. So that will give you a total of $1,100 that you have invested, even though, and you will get paid on that 1100. Even though you only have 1,000 out of pocket, you reinvested the 100. You're recycling the same money. So now you have a total of 1,100. In 10 days, you'll have another $100 plus, because now you're getting 1% of 1,100 instead of 1% of 1,000. So in 10 days, you'll have another $100 that you can turn around and reinvest. So now you'll have 1,200, even though you didn't take anything out of pocket. This is just, you're reinvesting, you're recycling the same money. So now you're going to get paid 1% based off of a $1,200 investment, even though your out-of-pocket investment is only $1,000. And this is going to continue, and it will increase. So in 10 more days, you'll have another $100 to reinvest, giving you $1,300. 10 more days, you'll have $1,400, and then it'll go down. It'll only take 7 days to get to that $100 to reinvest, and you don't have to wait till you have $100. You can actually invest in $20 increments, but it just doesn't make sense. It makes better sense to just hold out a little bit and put in larger positions. Now I'm going to put together a scenario showing you exactly how this works. We're going to use a scenario of an upfront investment of $1,000 plus an additional $100 a month investment. This may look a little confusing at first, but I'm going to break it down for you nice and simple. The very top row where it's numbered 1 through 9, I'm going to pertain to those numbers when I'm pertaining to that column to help keep it simplified and so you know where I'm looking at. So at the top, 1 through 9, then at column 1 going down, you see that they're numbered 1 through 13. Each one of those represents month 1, month 2, month 3. So here we see in column 2, row 1, it says $1,000. That is your initial investment. Then as we slide over on column, or row 1 rather, we're going to go all the way over to column 6 where it says percent a day. 1% per day equals $10. So you are going to earn $10 a day on that $1,000 investment. Now in row 7, column 1, you see the number 300 because row 7 represents 30 days. You're going to earn that 1% a day for 30 days. 30 days each month. We're just going to go 30 days each month to keep it simple. So that's going to total a $300 gain or profit share over the course of 1 month. Now let's take a look at column 8 where it says expires at month. Each position expires after 150 days at an estimated 1% a day return. So that $1,000 position will expire after 5 months. So in month 6, as you look down here in row 6, column 4, you're going to see a red 1,000, meaning that $1,000 is being deducted because it is now expired. Now keep in mind, you're not losing that money. You've been paid back that money $300 a month at a time, up to $1,500. So you've been reinvesting it that whole time. Remember, you're recycling the same money. Here in row 2, you're getting paid on $1,300 even though you've only invested out of pocket $1,000. Then here in row 3, you're getting paid on $1,700 even though you've only out of pocket invested $1,100. We're compounding. We're recycling the same money and compounding. It's very powerful. In month 1, you can see in column 7, row 1, your gain was $300, or your profit share rather, is $300. So now let's go to row 2, column 2, where you see $1,300. That's the amount that you're getting paid on. Your initial investment of $100 plus your profit sharing from month 1 equals $300. So you add those two together for $1,300. So now you're going to get paid on the amount of $1,300 even though you've only invested $1,000 out of pocket. But here in column 3, row 2, this scenario we're going to add to this position out of pocket $100 a month. You don't have to do any of this way. This is just a scenario that I believe is practical, that anybody can do, so it's what I'm using. But you can do this any way you want. You can invest $1,000 and leave it at that, never put anything else in out of pocket. Or you don't have $1,000, but you can swing the $1,000 a month. You can do the $1,000 a month scenario standalone. It's okay, whatever you want to do. You can go as little as $20. But for right here, right now, we're going to go with this scenario. Now let's slide over to column 6, row 2. You're going to earn $14 a day. You're going to have a 1% profit share based on $1,400. Now remember that 1% is an average. They pay anywhere from 0.25 to 2.50, but it's very consistent at averaging 1% a day. So we're going to go with that 1% a day for simplicity. So you're going to earn on average $14 a day. Then we slide over to column 7, row 2. That's going to be $420 for the month, because you're going to earn $14 for 30 days, which is going to total $420 profit share for that month. I realized that I misspoke when I mentioned investing $1,000 a month. I'm sure you know that I meant $100 a month. So you can invest the $100 a month instead of doing $1,000 up front. You can do both. You can do either one separately. You get the idea. I just wanted to correct myself where I misspoke. Moving on to month 3. In column 7, row 2, you can see your $420 profit share for month 2. We will add that to the $1,300, which gives us in column 2, row 3, the $1,720. Plus, slide over one column, we're going to add our $100 out-of-pocket investment for the month, which is going to bring our investment total to $1,820. But still, we only have out-of-pocket $1,200, but we're getting paid on $1,820. That is going to translate over here in column 6, row 3, $18 a day. We're going to earn, through profit sharing, $18 a day for 30 days. So next column over, column 7 in row 3, $540 for the month. Let's move on to month 4. Now I believe we can start moving through this a little quicker. As you look in row 7, column 3, your $540 profit share from the previous month, we're going to be adding to the $1,720 from last month. So now that you look at column 2, row 4, you see $2,260. That is the $540 profit share from last month added to the $17.20 from last month. Then as we slide over to column 3, we're going to add our $100 out-of-pocket investment for the month, bringing us to $2,360 that we're going to get paid on for this month. Sliding over to column 6, row 4, you're going to earn $24 a day. Roughly, I rounded up a little bit. So $24 a day for 30 days is $720 profit share for that month that we're going to reinvest. We're going to keep recycling the same money. Also, keep in mind, you're getting paid on $23.60. How much out of pocket have you invested? $1,300. So you've invested $1,300 out of pocket, but yet you're getting paid on $2,360. And this exponentially grows as you go through. Next slide, we're going to skip 5 because I think you understand how this works now. And we're going to go to row 6 so I can show you how it works when a position is canceled. Or rather, expired is a better word. The position expires after you've earned back 150%. Now I believe we can start moving through this a little quicker. As you look in row 7, column 3, your $540 profit share from the previous month, we're going to be adding to the $17.20 from last month. So now that you look at column 2, row 4, you see $2,260. That is the $540 profit share from last month added to the $17.20 from last month. Then as we slide over to column 3, we're going to add our $100 out-of-pocket investment for the month, bringing us to $2,360 that we're going to get paid on for this month. Sliding over to column 6, row 4, you're going to earn $24 a day. Roughly, I rounded up a little bit. So $24 a day for 30 days is $720 profit share for that month that we're going to reinvest. We're going to keep recycling the same money. Also, keep in mind, you're getting paid on $23.60. How much out of pocket have you invested? $1,300. So you've invested $1,300 out of pocket, but yet you're getting paid on $2,360. And this exponentially grows as you go through. Next slide, we're going to skip 5 because I think you understand how this works now. And we're going to go to row 6 so I can show you how it works when a position is canceled. Or rather, expired is a better word. The position expires after you've earned back 150%. So here we are. Let's look at row 6, column 4. Your $1,000 position that you initially invested is expiring. So that's going to be deducted. Our starting amount for month 6 in column 6, scratch that, row 6, column 2, $3,910. That is our starting amount for month 6. Then let's move over to column 3, row 6, $4,010, because we're going to add our $100 out of pocket. Now let's think about this. Remember I said that the disparity between what you've put in out of pocket and what you're actually getting paid on will grow. Well, I believe you have an out-of-pocket expense of probably $1,500, and you're getting paid on $4,010 for this month. Well, not quite, because then we're going to go over to month or column 4. We're going to go over to column 4 in row 6 here, where it shows that we're going to remove $1,000 from this equation because that position has expired. You have been paid 150%. You have earned $1,500 on that $1,000 investment. Now that position expires. But that money is still all in there because it was paid back to you monthly and then we recycled it. We just reinvested it. So our total amount that we're going to get paid on is revealed in column 5, row 6, $3,010. And you've invested out of pocket $1,500. So you're getting paid on double what you've invested. So as we move over to column 6, that's going to be represented as $30 a day. You're going to earn $30 a day roughly. I rounded down a little bit. You're going to earn your $30 a day off of the $3,010. Then as we slide over to column 7, you're going to times that 30 by 30 days a month, and you're going to earn $900 profit share for that month. Now that you have an idea of how this works, let's go all the way down to row 12 and let's take a look at end of year results. Actually, let's go all the way down to row 13, column 5. That is the beginning of month 13, the close of month 12. You have $8,860 at the close of month 12, beginning of month 13. You now have a total of $2,200 invested out of pocket. Your original $1,000, and then for 12 months you've put in $100 a month. So you now have a total of $2,200 invested. You are being paid on $8,860. That's a 400% return in 1 year. Where else are you going to get 400% returns? In the next slide, we're going to talk about pooling profit, taking money from your investments, from your profit share, and putting it into your lifestyle. Before we continue, I just want to add a very important point. This is not hype. This is not best case scenario. I don't know how many of you have ever seen business plans for, online business ventures or maybe a multi-level marketing business concept, but they always give you the most extreme best case scenario possible, which nobody ever achieves, or very rarely achieves. Anyways, it's not the norm. What I'm showing you here right now is the norm. It's not hype. It's not best case scenario. It's not 1% achievable. This is not dependent on you or your ability to do anything. There is no learning curve. There is nothing to do. It's just a matter of deciding how much you want to invest and then letting the process happen. With that said, let's move along. Let's use a scenario of $30,000. That's very achievable. With this system or program I just laid out for you just now, you'll have that in 2 years. Your second year, you'll have over $30,000. $30,000 is going to pay $300 a day. 1% of 30,000 is 300. You're earning 1% a day, so you will earn $300 a day. Now let's break this down. Remember, 2/3 of that is your money back. You can't withdraw all of the 300 and use that to live on or for living expenses or anything. Otherwise, you will deplete the account. You won't have anything left to reinvest. So out of that 300, if you want your account to maintain, 2/3 of that is untouchable. 200 is untouchable. So you could withdraw $100 a day if you chose to. Your account would never grow bigger than what it is, but you would have a $100 a day income. 100 times 30, 30 days in a month, is $3,000 monthly income. But let's be smart about this. Let's pull some profit share so that we can start putting that into our lifestyle and allow the account to grow at the same time. So what if you started pulling $50 a day? That's $1,500 a month. How would $1,500 extra per month impact your lifestyle? That's $18,000 a year. If you saved it all year, that would be one nice vacation fund. How quickly could you pay off some credit card debt with an extra $1,500 a month coming in? Maybe you need a new TV or some appliances, a refrigerator or a stove. Those things are extremely expensive. Maybe some of the guys would like to get some toys for the garage. My father lives just a couple miles up from me, and he installed a lift in his garage. And let me tell you something, there is nothing like working on a vehicle with a lift. And he has all the tools too. So maybe some of you guys out there, that would be a big dream for you, to have the tools you need and the lift to tinker on the toys you have or maybe the toys you want. As far as the home goes, $18,000 would be a nice kitchen renovation, a nice bathroom renovation, living room, whichever, but kitchens and bathrooms are really expensive to renovate. I have extensive background in construction, and kitchens and bathrooms are very expensive to renovate. But with $18,000, you could do a pretty nice renovation. Now also, let's keep in mind, there's no rule that says you have to start withdrawing income once you have a $3,000 or $30,000 portfolio. You don't have to. I'm just showing you the scenario, and there's nothing wrong with pulling profits at a certain time, whatever time you so desire. But I just want to let you know that It's not necessary. You don't have to do it. You can take that $3,000 that you're gaining and just completely reinvest that $3,000. Maybe you don't want to start pulling profits until your account's $50,000. But in the next slide, let's take a look at what it looks like at pulling profits with a $30,000 portfolio. are the numbers for a year 2 scenario. Look all the way down to the bottom, row 25, column 5, just shy of $50,000, $49,450. You could safely pull a $5,000 a month income from that, and the account will still grow. That's a $60,000 a year income for doing nothing. Supplemental on top of what you already earn through your work. What type of income would it take for you to not to have to work your job anymore? Or maybe not work so much at your job anymore, or maybe be in a position to where you don't care. Imagine how much leverage you would have at work not caring if you get fired. That's an interesting perspective. It's an interesting place to be. I've been in those positions many times, being in a job situation to where I really didn't need the job. Things change. It can be a lot of fun. With $5,000 extra a month, above and beyond what you're already earning, $5,000 a month extra coming in to your household, what does that do for you? Think about it. What would you do with that extra income? How would that impact your life? And remember, it's not going to stay at $5,000. It's going to increase every month. Even withdrawing $5,000 a month from this position right here, it will still grow and get bigger every month. So your income can literally increase every month if you choose to adjust it that way. I wouldn't. I would take the $5,000 a month for a year, let it grow nice, and then readjust. But that's me. You can do it any way you want.